Good morning. Welcome back into Wake Up America. It is Thursday, final day of March, the 31st. I'm Rob Finnerty.
And I'm Allison Maloney. Here are some of the stories we're following.
President Biden pledging $500 million to Ukraine. After speaking with President Zelensky for an hour yesterday from the White House, the Biden administration also planning to release 1 million barrels a day of oil from the petroleum reserve to try and bring gas prices down ahead of the midterm elections. Meantime, new reports say China and Russia are, quote, determined to strengthen their relationship as both countries say the West is imposing illegal sanctions on Russia.
Plus, President Biden receives his second booster shot and says COVID-19 no longer controls our lives. But could this new variant spark restrictions? We'll get into that with the former acting director of the CDC, Dr. Richard Besser.
And severe weather affecting parts of the South, including a tornado that injured at least 7 people in Arkansas. Multiple tornadoes touching down overnight. More damaging weather is expected to continue today, affecting millions of people. But first, back to Eastern Europe. Heavy shelling being reported in eastern Ukraine, and there are now signs that the Russian army is regrouping to the north near the Belarus border. Joining us for more with the very latest from Kyiv is Newsmax contributor Michael Grimm. Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Rob. You're absolutely right. The Russians have been very busy with very strategic strikes. They've been focused, almost laser focused, on fuel depots. Another one was hit in Dnipro, which is just east of the Dnieper River. A lot of these depots will have their effects logistically in the weeks to come on the Ukrainian army. The Ukrainian army is fighting very hard. Unfortunately, in the south, in Mariupol, the Russians at this point are literally leveling blocks at a time, full blocks. They're looking to, unfortunately, sweep up and finish in Mariupol and take total control there. But the Ukrainian army has been very resilient. It's extreme courage that I'm seeing. I've been with both the police and different army units, and to see them go out on patrol is just, it's amazing what they are doing. It looks like they're going to consolidate there and move towards Mykolaiv. Now, the death toll in that deadly attack on the administrative building where the governor of the region, Vitaly Kim, is now approaching 20 dead as they continue to pull bodies out of that rubble. So as Mariupol completely falls and it's being leveled at this point, they're moving in towards Mykolaiv, and the governor specifically said this morning he will not allow Mykolaiv to become the next Mariupol.
All right, Michael Grimm reporting for us live in Kyiv this morning. Michael, thanks so much for the update. Stay safe as always. We appreciate it. All right, our next guest is asking hard questions about bail reform and the fact that so many tragic crimes could have been prevented if violent criminals weren't released on shockingly low bail. Introducing a bill alongside Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson.
And for more on this bill and why it is so important, let's welcome in Wisconsin Congressman Scott Fitzgerald. Congressman, welcome back to Wake Up America.
Good morning. Good to be with you today.
Congressman, great to have you back on this morning. The issue of pretrial bail reform and pretrial release has been a big one. People have forgotten about what happened in Waukesha, Wisconsin during that holiday parade massacre. Darrell Brooks, a criminal with a 30-page rap sheet, criminal record, was released on a number that a shoplifter would be released on. And he went out and did that. 6 people lost their lives. 62 others were injured that tragic night in Wisconsin. And this could have been prevented.
Yeah, Rob, that's really the incident that brought kind of the reform ideas forward. I think it was something that, happened right in my backyard. Senator Johnson, we attended the memorial services for the 6 individuals that were murdered that evening. And what we've been trying to do is brainstorm and come up with not only legislative ideas, but kind of a list of things that could be done at the federal level to either prompt the states to move forward with reforms. And the first step in that is the bill that the senator and I have authored right now and are just starting to talk to colleagues about, which would basically give us an overview of the inconsistencies that we're seeing in pretrial release. It's I think disturbing to see that what we originally thought was going to be just something that needed to be maybe changed in Wisconsin. What we're figuring out is state by state, there are huge glaring just missteps in this entire pretrial process.
Yeah, Congressman, because, the news, we talk about crime that's increased in these big cities, New York, Chicago, but it's really all over the place. We just talked about Wisconsin. This bill, it's so important, right, to help potentially keep these dangerous people off the streets, right?
Yeah, what we saw was there's a mix of private bail bondsmen, and then there are state statutes that kind of have inconsistencies. And then what you've got is you've got district attorneys right now that are kind of in the middle of this carousel where, they say we don't have the resources, we don't have the personnel to really deal with the significant numbers of these criminal cases. Well, that's what needs to be examined, because this stuff can't continue to happen. And like I said, the Waukesha murders were kind of the incident that brought it to the forefront, but we're very concerned that, there are many of these individuals that are in multiple states committing crimes, and there's no connection necessarily between these legal systems.
Congressman, just quickly, we've only got about 30 seconds left, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm wondering, in the old days, and when I say old days, I mean like a decade ago, this would be one of those common sense bills that gets bipartisan support. Do you expect this thing to pass? And if not, why wouldn't people from the other side, lawmakers, your colleagues, cross the aisle and vote for something like this that is just common sense?
No, because they're liberal, and even the governor in Wisconsin will not get rid of the DA, John Chisholm, who is the one who set up the $1,000 bail in the first place related to the Waukesha crime. So there's definitely this significant kind of ideology that's prohibiting this thing from moving forward. But I'm hopeful. We're going to try and sell this thing. Senator Johnson and I have been working on it for 6 months now, and we're going to get this thing out there.
And Congressman, you joined us right after this happened, just before the holidays. And I remember asking you if you thought Joe Biden would go, and you said, I doubt it. And here we are, all these months later, Joe Biden never went to Waukesha.
No.
That's right.
Tragic.
All right, Congressman Scott Fitzgerald, thank you so much. Please keep us posted on that. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Good to see you, sir. Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.